So here at the zoo, for the essential experiences, we serve all of the first graders at APS. We get to focus on a curriculum aspect for what living things need to survive. And as we go through the park, we encourage the students to look at the animals and think about how do those animals get those needs here at the zoo.
When I am out with the staff meeting the buses and I hear the kids like, I've never been to the zoo, and they're the kids that live right here. So I love that they get to come and visit the zoo and get to have that experience, and they get to have a full experience because we're touring them around the zoo. We're doing all of these really cool stations. Their eyes when they get to ride the carousel, they love that.
When I was at the zoo, I felt like excited because I never learned about these animals.
This place is amazing. Some people don't get to see like everything in the Akron Zoo, like the bats or the penguins or the otters.
At the end of the day, they're escorted back to their buses, but then we go out into their schools and do what we call a ZooMobile program. They get to meet one of our education animal ambassadors, and they get to touch and interact with that animal. At the end of that program, it's really neat because all the kids get a little plush grizzly bear to take home and then work with their teachers to build habitats for those grizzly bears and use all the things that they learned when they came out to the zoo and at that ZooMobile.
When we started working with the essential experiences, one of the goals that APS as well as GAR had is really having the students see themselves in the roles here at the zoo. And our idea was to actually bring in students from the high school who are on a track for education or something similar and pay them to teach the program. It gives the high school students an opportunity to get experience in the field, but it also gives the first graders a chance to literally see themselves. You know, in a few years, they can come back and do this job.
I have never considered the zoo before, and it was actually amazing because I actually found the love for the zoo. As a tour guide, I was in charge of walking roughly around 16 first graders around the zoo. I was in charge of knowing where I was going and also making sure that I didn't run into any other tours while doing so. It made me consider my career progression because I do want to become a teacher and a principal one day, and I feel like this was a great experience.
I really love this program. I think it's an amazing start to get in and work with the first graders. I think it is super important that we work with the younger generation with the goals of changing how zoos look and how they act in the future and changing the world for the better.